Hello and welcome back to the Fantasy Football section. I'm Tom Webster and it is game week 2. Now, first off, I'm going to address the elephant in the room, or the EF elephant in the room, and that is my absolutely shocking advice last week. I suggested that Schmedix wouldn't play, and he did. In fact, he scored quite a few points. I also suggested Norwich might gain you maximum points, and they got nothing. And I also suggested Barnsley's very own Adam Phillips would be a good pick. And he was all right, but it wasn't amazing. So, one, I'd like to apologise to everybody, but when I do get it right, I will be quite smug. So, we'll leave it at that. Now, moving on to Game Week 1 awards. Now, first off is the top team. Now, this team scored the maximum points, and that is Bromley. They got 11 points. There were a couple of others. I think Sunderland did, but Bromley, I felt, was probably the least likely to have been picked by people, and therefore was the best result out of that. Now, when there's a top team, there's also a bottom team, and that is the banter team. And that is my very own Norwich that I picked last week. They scored nothing. They were pretty poor against Oxford. And yeah, I feel that quite a few people will have picked Norwich looking at that game, thinking Oxford's just come up and that they would probably gain quite a few points, if not maximum, but quite high. However, I was wrong, they was wrong, and I'm sorry, Oxford fans, for disrespecting your side. Well done on your win against Norwich. Then there's the star man. This guy scored. This guy got the most points, and that is Josh Madger from West Brom. He got 23. I think 4 or 5 out in front of anybody else. He was the best player to have picked that particular week. Now, there wasn't anybody on any minus points, but there was quite a few on 0. However, my pants pick of the week is Paul Mullin. I reckon he's probably quite high on people's pick list. I think I saw something like 20% of people had actually put them in his side, but he was injured and didn't play, so doesn't get any points. He's pants. Now, for our league, each week we're gonna for each game week, we're going to pick out who's top and who's bottom. Now, who's top is the People's Champion, and that's NYC Tigers. So that's his team name, and it's N Tigers that entered, and he is the People's Champion. Now, when there's a People's Champion, there's somebody at the bottom. And that is our participation award. Well done for trying, our very own Craig Wood. His team is Crossing for Cozzy. Now, he only managed 11 points. Sorry, I don't think I said how many points NYC Tigers got. You got 69. But yeah, so anyway, Craig only managed 11 points. Now, sorry, that is pretty bad. However, I do want to give a bit of a shout out to Sam. Now, she said, that's Sam Skidmore, she said that she had no idea of how to play the game, what she was doing, and would probably come last. She actually came second with 67, so well done. I don't want to sound too patronising, because basically I was rubbish and I got 33 points, and I think I was like 45th or something. I was pretty poor this week. So, but when I do get it right, I will be very smug. So you've got that to look forward to. Now, on to game week 2 and my recommendations. Again, I'm going to try and predict a high scoring away win with hopefully a clean sheet. And I'm going to go for Gillingham. They won 4-1 in game week 1, and they are up against Morecambe. Now, Morecambe's been struggling financially, and I think it's Morecambe that didn't have any players for a while and then signed 14 or 15 in a day. I don't think they'll have gelled that well. I think Gillingham seem to be free scoring, so I'm hoping that they will bag a few, at least 2, and keep a clean sheet. So that is my pick for the teams. Now for transfer Tinder. Now to swipe left, that is a player you do not want in your side. So if you've got him in your side, and that is Jonathan Rowe. He's currently at Norwich under speculation to go to Leeds. Now, if he goes to Leeds, by all means, put him in your side. But at this moment in time, Norwich player, and at the weekend he refused to play. So if he doesn't play, it doesn't get you any points. So if he's in your side, I would get rid now. Now for transfer Tinder swiping right, who I think you should probably put in your side if you haven't got him already, and that is Luke Molyneux from Doncaster. He was, I think, the second highest points after Madger. I think on 19. I think a good solid player. They are up against Crawley, I think. Let me just quickly check. No, sorry, Newport County. Newport lost 3-2 last week. So I think Doncaster may get a few goals against them. They may also concede a couple of goals, but I think he may get you some points. So that is my thoughts for this week. Now, you're probably going to argue with me, and that's absolutely fine. Get it in the comments down below and let me know what you think. Which team would you pick? Which player would you have in your side, and which player are you desperately wanting to get rid of? Just leave it in the comments down below, and let's see how this season goes. You Reds.